So these were my thoughts on the 6 European paintings that I researched. The first one I researched was The Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer, and I really saw the contrast in value immediately when I looked at this painting. I also saw the gentle lines and how the subject was positioned towards the right of the canvas. I noticed the complementary colors of blue and orange, and how it looked like she had just turned around, like it was a candid capture of her. And I saw that it invoked like inquisitive feelings. The second painting I reviewed was Red Hills with Flowers by Georgia O'Keeffe. I noticed the triadic color scheme, the shape of the flowers, and how fluid they were, and the flat hill that was against them, which made them really pop out. My eyes were immediately drawn to the flowers, and I saw that it was made from oil paint. It resembled a hot desert with flowers such as Death Valley, and it came from a dreary, not so happy sort of emotions. The third painting I researched was Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. I noticed the complementary color palette of blue and yellow, and the value being very strong. The melting aspects make me more intrigued and more wanting to look at the painting, and I assume that the viewers would also be intrigued. I also noticed the smooth appearance of everything except for the sky, where you can see some more brushstrokes, and how maybe he was trying to portray how memories change over time and by the melting of the clocks, and how they can be misconstrued later on. The fourth painting I researched was the very famous Scream by Evard Munch. I noticed the complementary red and yellow and blue and purple color scheme, as well as the perspective lines used to create the bridge. One of the most interesting parts is the composition of the up close figure against the figures in the background. This painting evokes chaos, and the person in the foreground seems panicked while everyone else seems to be going on with their daily lives. The next painting I looked at was Impression Sunrise by Claude Monet. I saw that the colors were a triadic of blue and orange and green. I also saw the silhouette with the absence of light in the boats, as well as the focal points not taking up a lot of space in the painting. There were no outlines on anything, so it definitely made it look like a more realistic scene. Feelings I felt from this were calm and possible sadness, as well as the sun being pretty ominous. The last painting I looked at was A Bar at the Folies Bergères by Edouard Manet. I noticed how there was more detail on the main subject than the people in the background, and how that the main color scheme was made of neutrals with various values. This painting looks almost as if the artist was sitting in the bar as he created it, and it's very realistic. The waitress looks like she's busy and tired, yet she's still trying to be nice and polite. She also gives a sense of confidence. This painting was actually my favorite painting. I love the detail and how it looks like a scene from real life that you would just find walking into a bar. The art of Asia that we learned about seems to be more 3D, using more earthy materials and having more neutral color schemes. The European art seems to be mostly paintings using man-made materials and having more pops of color. Both continents seem to use the same subject of people in a lot of their artwork.